Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, and most welcome guests. Imagine you are snuggled up in bed and more than 1 hour has passed since you crawled in. It's been snowing heavily outside even before you started having dinner with your family. Now the ground is covered in a blanket of white snow. You turn over and suddenly you hear footsteps coming towards your room and your mind begins to race. It's Christmas Eve. Could it be him? You try not to peek, but you can't resist a glance even though you know you shouldn't. Do you remember the curiosity that filled you when you were a child? That's the kind of girl I was, and that's the kind of woman I am. My life has been always filled with curiosity. Let me give you 2 stories. First story happened when I was 3. I was sitting on the floor beside my mom doing the laundry. She was taking out washed clothes, singing songs, and we were sharing a lovely time together. She picked up a basket full of freshly smelling clothes, went out to a deck. 10 minutes later, she came back and called out my name. When I turned to her, she was stunned. Well, she found a brown insect wing on my cheek. When she looked down at my hand, she saw the cockroach traps that I was grabbing onto. However, through the eyes of a child, that's not what I saw. This is what ran through my mind before my mother had returned. Oh, there is something under the shelf. What, this small house? It looks like my Barbie doll house. Something is inside. What's the brown stuff? It looks like my favorite chocolate. Let's try. I must have been satisfied with fulfilling my curiosity. It's known as the cockroach incident. Second, as a young person, I was always curious about how things work. However, my curiosity was shrinking as I grew up. I somehow learned how to conform to the social demands of being a Japanese girl, and it seemed to be more important than to follow my heart. I got a job at an airport, worked 24/7. I tried to keep good relationships with everybody surrounding me. I did my best to become a successful person, even though I was not sure what the definition of the successful person was. But the problem was when I woke up in the morning, walked to the bathroom, and looked in the mirror, I didn't like the person who I saw. I was stuck in my routine. I had almost lost my curiosity. That wasn't me anymore. So I realized I needed to change something. And look, I did. Now I'm in front of you. The life here reminds me of how fun it is to discover myself. Words cannot describe how grateful I am to expand my horizons. I'm reading many different kinds of books, studying translation and interpretation, actively participating in debate club, and also improvisation workshop. Moreover, recently I started studying Mandarin. But the most important thing is I'm delivering my first speech to each of you. It was a long journey to get here. I have been curious about Toastmasters since last September. I participated in several club meetings as a guest, but sometimes I felt like I was rejected. Maybe because of my English, maybe because I cannot stay here so long. But you were different. I really appreciate it. When I look back, I have many things that I have regretted. But I decide not to be a prisoner of my past, but to become an architect of my future. There is no reason not to follow my heart. I'm alive with curiosity.